Alright, this is Joe Santa Lucia. Today is Today is Sunday, September 1st, 2024. It's 11:08 a.m. I don't think this thing's got a map on it. Let's see. We're at Bearwood Campground in just north of Lowell, south of Troy, state of Vermont. North of Montpelier, about 50-something miles. It takes 3 hours to get there by bicycle. Found that out the other day. Anyways, I want to talk about the solar system. Or no, it's not going to be solar this year, maybe next year. I want to design. So, I'm just going to think out loud here. So I got the RV. I'm in the lazy days right now. Whoa, well, that's the fan. I'm gonna fix that. Okay. In the lazy days, RV. In this, if you haven't seen it before, it's got, so this is like the headlight right here, headlight. It's got an overhead compartment above the driver and passenger seat. That's a little dramatic actually. It goes like this, just like that. And it folds in and out. Anyways, it's a platform above the driver and passenger seat. This is the driver seat. It's under this passenger seat. It's under that. Anywho, so I want to use these Tesla modules. I've been buying them and randomly over the past 10 years, and I've got quite a collection of Tesla Model S modules and pretty good knowledge base from EVTV on how these things work. At least good enough, I think, for me to try to put a system together for like the 15th time over the past 10 years. But I think this is going to be the one that will actually be the most useful for me. It's small, but it's not super complicated, and it kind of has got a lot of safety built into it to prevent overcharging or over discharging the modules, which I'm okay with. I won't get the maximum amount of use out of the Tesla modules, but it will be a system that can charge itself, and I can use the power through the outlet. We'll probably start with it like you just use the outlets off the inverter. More on that in a minute. So, okay. Actually, yeah, this thing comes, looking at this more. Okay, this thing comes out like that, and then there's a platform here. So the heart of this thing, I've got, for safety reasons, EVTV makes a Tesla module controller that provides CAN bus or over CAN bus, from what I or maybe not. No, it's over serial, but the over serial using a proprietary Tesla freaking adapter in the BMS board on the Tesla battery modules. They created this thing that can read the inputs of or at least not the inputs, but read whatever data is being communicated between the Tesla BMS modules on the Tesla Model S modules, the BMS board on each of those modules. It can read that data, and then it uses that data in some other devices like contactors and current sensors to regulate what is allowed to be put into the batteries and taken out of the batteries. So I'm gonna start with 2 in series to make it a 48 volt system. So this will be Tesla module 1. Tesla module 2. And then I'm going to use they've got, EVTV's got these braided nylon straps that will connect the positive terminal of this and the negative, or it's vice versa. I don't remember which side the positive or negative is on these battery modules. But yeah, I'll use that braided strap from EVTV, connect that. Also, I'm going to have some lugs, 600 amperage lugs that have these 4 studs on each of them. And so I'll connect the negative of this module over to the far right of the lugs, and then the positive of this module to the far left of this lug. And this is a 24 volt battery, and this is a 24 volt battery. So when I put these guys in series, I get 48 volts nominal. It's another thing we'll talk about here is so fully charged these modules. So Tesla module fully charged is I've got it here. It's important to know too. It's 25.2 volts times the 2 modules, which gives you 50.4 volts. That's for a fully charged double pack thing that I got going on here. Fully discharged is 18 volts times 2, which gives me 36 volts. It's very important with lithium batteries that you don't overcharge, because if however I'm charging this allows these modules to go over 50.4 volts, then that can cause thermal runaway, because it destroys one of the barriers. I think it's like I'm not even pretend to know, but if I had to guess, it would be a silicone, some sort of piece of silicone to separate the chemicals, which I don't know enough about. Anyways, so it can't. So that's what this EVTV control module does. Is it kind of regulates not only the batteries but the inverter and this charger from not overcharging or over discharging these battery modules. And it uses Tesla's proprietary BMS board on the Tesla modules. So I think that's wonderful. You're already using something that someone's already developed in the way it was supposed to be used as much as possible. All right. but there's no fun in not taking stuff apart. So that's kind of why I'm in this predicament now. Anywho, all right, let's go with, oh yeah, so, and the reason why I'm putting the batteries on the far sides of these posts is not that it really matters. I mean, maybe it does, but in my head, like, you put the power from the batteries here, and then you put the controller that will either allow current or disallow current, which is this thing, EVTV controller. Allow stuff to go to the batteries. You put it here, so it just kind of acts as an extra fail-safe between whatever's going on over here. So, like, for instance, if the charger, it's going to be a 1.8 kilowatt charger, 1.8 kilowatt charger, right? That's going to hook through. See, this thing, this EVTV controller does CAN communication, which is very versatile. It seems like be a CAN bus. RJ46. I'm gonna have to make another crimp in RJ46 because the way they sell it. Anyway, it's a whole other story. So the controller's hooked up to the batteries by these bus bars. So we'll go over here. This will go over here, and then the charger will be hooked up to the bus bars on the other side of it. So that's pretty bad. So this thing, oops, hold on. Battery side. This is the battery side of it. We'll call this the battery side of it, and this will go right in the middle. So if this thing detects, it's just another failsafe. It's a physical failsafe. This thing detects, the EVTV controller detects that the voltages are too high or too low. It will prevent, no it won't, it will just keep going because this is a bus bar. Alright, so, whatever. So that doesn't even matter. But I'm going to do it just for organization's sake. Even though it doesn't look really organized on this. And then you got the inverter. 48 kilowatt inverter. Ames power. It's good. Their shut off is 50 or 40.5 volts is their fully discharged shut off. So I won't get all the usage out of the modules because it will. The power inverter won't start working, will stop working once it hits 40 volts, even though there's still 4 more volts in the pack to work, to provide power, but it's just going to be another fail-safe until I figure out a solution or find an inverter that will either be, oh, yeah, I think I'll use this extra 4 volts here as emergency. So when the Ames power inverter fails, I still know that I've got 4 more volts. I just need to find a kind of more, a different inverter. Just a kind of inverter that doesn't have any fail-safes, or at least an inverter that will bring it down to 36 volts. Or maybe I'll just kind of look for a different inverter before I go with this Ames power inverter. But I really like the 12 volt Ames power inverter I got. It's the 3000 watt model. This is the industrial models, the gray models. They're not chargers, they're just inverters, and I kind of am a fan of having a separate inverter and a separate charger, because if the inverter fails, then okay, you still got charging. If the charger fails, well, you can still invert. Right, but if the inverter and charger, if it fails, it's one thing controlling 2 things. So anywho, that's what this thing's going to look like. Still need to find a solution for the CAN bus to drop from the 8 kilowatt charger to the EVT controller. This charger, getting off the EVTV store as well, probably paying too much for it. That's okay. But I gotta figure out how to get this get this thing Ethernet. The EVTV controller can control this charger, but it does it over CAN bus. EVTV controller distributes their CAN bus over Ethernet. I need to figure out how to get the CAN bus port of this 1.8 kilowatt charger to the Ethernet port of the EVT controller. So yeah, we'll see how that actually works or it doesn't work. I don't know. It's a lot of money. I don't know if I want to invest this much money in this right now. So we'll see what happens. Okay.